Alright, we're back for map number 2. This time the proper ESL colors, ToD in yellow at the bottom. Starting with the altar first again, of course. And we are, 99.8% sure going to see an IEM again on the side of Lucifer. He's changing up the build by a little bit, going for Crypt Altar and the tiny bit delayed Ziggurat. So DK is going to be out like 5 seconds after the IEM. Therefore, good production is going to start earlier, but the DK is not going to arrive quite as fast at the humans' side of the map. So we'll see. ToD is probably going to start by creeping here. And with the DK coming in late, we'll see if the peasants will already be way on their, well on their way back to the main. Of course, that's all, irrelevant if ToD decides to go for something else. But often there can be a bit of a struggle for the human here if there's too much poison damage taken onto the militia when creeping here. But alright, we'll see how or if that slightly delayed DK is going to come into effect. As we can see here, if you compare how far along the heroes are, just by a tiny margin, the IEM will be faster. Second Ziggurat early on again for Lucifer, so once again the ghoul build, which of course is what you'd expect after he's starting with a very early crypt here. Okay, first footman has found the scout acolyte. ToD this time not scouting at all. Once again having his scout farm a little bit outside of the main, and yeah, he's gonna go ahead and creep the Knolls first. Let's see if he's gonna get the scout acolyte, which would actually be quite nice, as that would provide level 2 immediately after this camp. Just a little bit of a faster brilliance aura. DK is now out, and okay, he's not even bothering to harass at all, completely switching it up here. And it looks like he's gonna go for some creeping immediately. Gonna go for his own level 2, almost level 2, somewhat quickly. As you can see here, this is what I was talking about. There's always a bit of a struggle with poison damage here in the beginning, but this time it apparently is not going to be punished. The Scout Acolyte has survived, by the way, at least for the time being. Now he's being killed, and there we see the level 2 immediately, which actually not only this can come into play, but also in some creep routes, the human is actually very, very close to level 3, and just the Scout Acolyte, the killed Scout Acolyte, can make a difference. For example, if he creeps here and then creeps here, usually it's not quite level 3, and I'm not 100% sure if with the Scout Acolyte it is. DK starting to harass ghouls, are now heading across the map as well. Looks like he was expecting the expansion to be crept already. ToD once again isn't in any rush though, pulling 6 militia here in total. The ghouls once again are going to be, this time they may be a little bit better timed. We'll see. Water metal is being spawned here, and the trolls are going to be picked off first. This one is going to Lucifer, level 2 for him, and the ghouls are now arriving. The Forest Troll Berserker though is going to go to ToD by the looks of it. It's going to provide some more experience for him, and the first item here are the gauntlets. This Ogre Matcher, a very easy kill for Lucifer. ToD not even trying to bait the coil early on. The Ogre Warrior at the same time is going to go to the human player. So both of them with a level 2.5 hero right now. ToD for the moment saving this peasant, but now it is being taken down. The first ghoul is falling. ToD is creeping closer towards level 3. Is the Lucifer able to close this around? No, ToD with this hero militia here very nicely blocking the IEM out, making sure this round doesn't fit. At the same time, plenty of the ghouls have taken a lot of damage here. Also, some of the peasants have fallen, but once again, this is looking like a solid creep here by ToD, who is now reaching level 3. The Death Knight is also very low in hit points. Another water metal has been spawned, and are any of those ghouls going to be able to make it out of there alive? Well, this one is, this one as well, but the ones that were still, in the middle of the heat are all going to fall, or are they? No, they're not. Very close coil here by the Undead, but that was the last one, and the Death Knight is extremely low. The IEM is level 3, doesn't have a lot of mana, but there are 6 footmen surviving here. A 7th one is out, And how is Lucifer's main base looking? Tier 2 is coming. And he's once again adding a second crypt. I really am baffled. I mean, okay, this is Secret Valley. There are the drakes to creep. But other than that, yeah, I don't really see it. I mean, an issue right now, which I wanted to get to, is Tier 2 is about to finish. Once again, the tech was not exactly fast by Lucifer. Tier 2 is about to finish, would have finished usually already by now, but there's a very strong IEM, and there are a bunch of footmen, so how are you gonna get your double slaughterhouse done? But, I mean, that's not the strategy of a Lucifer, at least that's a bullet he's dodging. But at what cost? Tier 2 has finished. A guard tower is coming, this time before the town hall, so he's gonna be extremely safe, but I mean, there's so much pressure at Lucifer at the moment. What is he really supposed to do? He's lost almost all of his ghouls. His Death Knight is low. He doesn't really have anything to deal with ToD at the moment. I'm not quite sure why ToD is keeping his footmen just sitting here. I mean, even if he doesn't want to harass with them, he could go ahead and, you know, creep like spots like this and this, for example. It's alright, the harassment continues. The first two gargoyles will be spawning in just a second, but like on Echo Eyes, they aren't going to be able to do anything. Guard tower here is finished, guard tower here is finished, another one is coming. And now ToD is just falling back and starts creeping. Especially nice to take away the first of the red drakes from these gargoyles. Or is he? DK is coming in with mana for a coil, he's level 3, and there are two gargoyles, so this red drake should definitely not be, you know, allowed to go to ToD, and Lucifer's killing it, and he's picking up the Sobi mask, and once again, he barely misses this around here against the IEM, and at the same time, ToD is barely missing this around against the DK, and he's barely missing the deny on this water metal. ToD is really putting a lot of effort into not giving too much free XP to the undead here. One of the footmen is being taken down. The number of gargoyles not too scary just yet. Once again, it's around the time when there are like 6 gargoyles or so out. ToD shouldn't really be roaming around on the map too much anymore for a while. But I mean, for the time being, the Death Knight is going to have to be carefully. A heal potion is going to have to be used, which he's doing right now. Just trying to deal some damage to the IEM, but ToD doing a good job kiting here. The boots, of course, are very helpful. Just whittling down the DK a little bit. Now the next gargoyle has spawned, and I think it's soon time for ToD to get going. Let's quickly take a look. He's still tier 1, so apparently he's quite aware that as long as he stays safe here, the late game should be, you know, a pleasant one to take for him. Another water metal spawned, but once again, like on Echo Eyes, the gargoyles are quite fast and shouldn't be taken down easily. And now is he finally getting this around? Yes, how much is ToD going to lose for this town portal? If he's even going to be able to force it, but by the looks of it, he's going to. Level 4 DK, is he going to use Death Pact maybe? No. Getting the town portal, I think 2 footmen have died only. A third one may be dying, no. So, very much acceptable here for ToD, especially since these footmen, you know, rapidly lose value as the game goes on. So, just more and more anti-air is coming here for ToD, making it completely sure nothing can happen to him. Tier 2 upgrade is being in production now. And Lucifer is still on tier 2. And another skirmish is breaking out here around the heal fountain. He should really make sure not to get his Death Knight surrounded. But now I think ToD is definitely overstaying his welcome. This is free XP that doesn't need to be given to the Death Knight. And ToD is gaining, I mean, yeah, he's gaining some time here, but I mean, Lucifer isn't creeping here. Was that one denied? I think so. Lucifer, of course, isn't creeping here, but he's getting a bunch of XP from the footmen, from the water elementals, if they're not denied. And, you know, that's also gold lost for ToD. So Lucifer now is going for it. First of the guard towers has fallen, but there are 3 more and an arcane tower, and the first masonry upgrade has been finished already as well. So I do not believe that Lucifer is able to break this, but yeah, look at it. I mean, imagine ToD had only stayed at like 1 or 2 towers, then Lucifer may have very well been able to break into the expansion here. So definitely, you know, some value in those towers and some, you know, reason to get as many. Especially since getting safely into the late game here is pretty much a win condition for, pretty much the win condition for Lucifer in this particular, for ToD of course, in this particular case. So Lucifer's getting some more creeping done, which is going extremely slowly, as the piercing damage of the gargoyles isn't exactly too bothersome to the medium armored Forest Troll Berserkers. One gargoyle actually gets picked off here by ToD, who's got the right sense, and who's gonna get a bit of a beating onto his footman here once again. Or I see ToD also doesn't really want to, excuse me, Lucifer also doesn't really want to commit all too much with these gargoyles, but yeah, once again, this is pretty much a mirror image of map number 1, except for the fact that there is no expansion attempt by Lucifer, but ToD is just trying to win time here, denying another water mantle. It's just trying to win time here, trying to prevent Lucifer from creeping too much. But I mean, the tier 3 is so late, and he's really not gaining much with these gargoyles, so I don't really know. Coil Nova this time on the IEM, and yeah, with the Nova, this time the human's first hero is in a lot more serious trouble than he was ever on map number 1. Basically, has to use the town portal right now. The Lich is surviving. And let's see if Lucifer is finally going to be able to finish the creep camp here, or is the Lich even surviving? The Ogre Magi really wants to know. It's 7 HP on this Lich, perhaps even a little bit less than that before, you know, I clicked on it. Once again, quick tier 3 by ToD. Double workshop for the time being. MK is out. And it looks like we're just gonna see a lot of flying machines once again. And okay, there is the expansion attempt a lot later this time. Which is perhaps not the most stupid choice. Given that now there is at least map control by Lucifer already. As he has plenty of gargoyles out, as he's got the Lich out, as he's gonna get level 3 coils on the field soon. But at the same time, ToD is way closer to start pumping out those flying machines in large numbers, and he saved up almost 1,500 gold already. First attack upgrade has finished already as well, getting the second one immediately, and he starts building the flying machines. Doesn't hoard any, you know, anywhere just yet. Lucifer, by the way, with 1-0 attack upgrades on his gargoyles as well. And he's very quickly this time switching to fiends. Getting Burrow, which against flying machines is somewhat questionable. And the Death Knight is ready to just commit suicide. He has to use the Invul Potion as the MK is around here. And a bunch of footmen. He's retreating to the rest of his army. To the Lich, to the gargoyles, to the fiends. And does ToD dare to engage here? I guess the wise choice would be not to, and therefore he's retreating. Footman is keeping track of the gold mine. Actually, I thought there was an Acolyte here previously, but it looks like he decided not to go for the expansion. Stoneform right now. Did he get the orb already? No. Guess tier 3 has just finished right around this time. ToD is looking healthy. Second barracks has been cancelled. Enemy war training is coming, Paladin is coming, so we're gonna see knights, flying machines once again by the human player. Who at this point, I guess, just wants to stall his opponent for a little bit. The Mountain King is getting quite the beating here, and he's gonna be taken down. The Paladin not really close to being out just yet. ToD needs to retreat, and Lucifer at this time would of course love to get a fight. He needs to pick off as many units as he can get. There is the expansion, there is the Acolyte. But ToD is already building towers here. Let's see if Lucifer is going to find out about that in time. Another deny here by ToD. Lucifer is repaying him with coiling down another one of his footmen. Okay, the gargoyles have seen the towers, so that's not going to lead to much. which still doesn't have an orb. So Lucifer is getting his expansion right now. He is having very strong heroes, but is he gonna be able to deal with the large number of units and the well-teched human army that ToD is gonna be throwing at him in, I don't know, 2 minutes or so maybe? No second barracks attempt still? No. So he's gonna stick with 1 barracks for the time being. 63 supply at the moment. He's got 0-0 on his knights and 2-0 still on the flying machines. Flag cannons upgrade is coming just now. Third attack upgrade for those flying machines is coming, as well as the first attack upgrade for the knights. Okay, the arcade tower is quite an easy pick-off. Lich has bought the orb in the meantime. But Lucifer, he's at 51 supply. I think he's building more acolytes right now for the expansion, which is where the 1 supply is coming from. And ToD has got 66 with tier 3, tri-hero, not particularly well leveled, admittably. But still, that's a scary army if you only have a few fiends and a few gargoyles. With Lucifer, he has added 1 slaughterhouse, but no units from there just yet. The paladin is in focus fire. Staff of Sanctuary is ready, though. Already, the Death Knight is getting a bolt here, and he doesn't have any protective items, so he needs to be careful. But the Mountain King did get killed. The IEM wasn't able to pass anything onto him. And the heroes are carrying here at the moment for Lucifer, who's going for the IEM right now. And I think maybe town porting out would be the wisest choice here for ToD, who has killed another fiend here, is going for the next one. But the IEM is in trouble. There is mana for Coil Nova, and I think the IEM is going to have to town portal out. Is he waiting for the Coil to dodge perhaps? Well, the Lich is actually out of position, so he's Novaing one of the knights. The fiend is being saved. The next knight will be actually probably coiled down here by the Death Knight. Yeah. So the IEM is surviving. The bomb upgrade is soon to finish. Gargoyles are chasing away the flying machines for the time being. But how long are those gargoyles going to be superior in the air? He's getting more fiends, but he needs to get something against the knights here, something good. Because eventually those flying machines will overpower his gargoyles. I'm quite certain of that. With their 3 attack upgrades. There are 13 currently, I believe. 14, 15, 16, and so on. And only 7 gargoyles still, since Lucifer isn't building any more of them. Even sacking one for some mana on the Lich. And 3 knights on the ground are already quite the threat. Lucifer, his best weapon currently is the hero focus. And ToD really needs to make sure to be, prepared for that. Gargoyles are landing. The flying machines, just making things difficult for me as a caster, but otherwise not contributing much. Scroll of the Beast used by the Undead. The Lich already has to retreat. Coil is reaching the Lich in time. Inward Potion had to be used by the Mountain King. ToD is getting some beating on his heroes. The Paladin has to be staffed, is being staffed in time, perhaps a tiny bit too early as the Coil wasn't in the air yet, so the Coil is going to go onto the Mountain King, but he's safe as well. In the meantime, the Knights are just chopping away on the Gargoyles, but now switching to the Lich. Is there a Coil available? Well, there was one, but too late. Now he's coiling the Mountain King, but that is a trade very welcome for the human player as, well, part of the Undead's main weapon that I just mentioned has been taken down right now, part of the nuke. Both of them rebuying their heroes, and the Dark Range is being added as well. The IEM is being targeted. There is a town portal still, but is it even necessary to be used? There is no nuke. Keep that in mind, because the Lich has just been rebought, and Lucifer has lost the majority of his army. Did he keep any of his gargoyles alive? I don't think so, and only 1 fiend has survived. In the meantime, the gargoyles are just taking down the towers here. And the Haunted Goldmine is going to be next. Lucifer has to try and stand strong with only 3 heroes and 1 unit. Killing another footman here. But there's really not all too much that he seems to be able to do here. He's soon to be level 6, but I mean, level 6 Death Knight usually doesn't change too much. Silence is hitting the Paladin here. He's getting the nuke, but Lucifer's Death Knight is the first one to fall against the bolt. And the rest of the humans focus fire. And Lucifer, I mean, I'm getting a bit of a sense of what the strategy is supposed to do right now after this map, which, didn't go as terrible for Lucifer as the first one. I mean, of course, he's getting faster map control than, you know, if he would tag to tier 3 immediately, and he doesn't fall victim to the strong harass of the level 3 IEM against the slaughterhouses. But, I mean, at the same time, he's delaying his tier 3 tag by a lot, and I think the issue is just that there's not really a lot to do against the human wasting his time, so I guess there isn't enough to be gained by the period of time in which, or within the period of time in which the undead is getting the map control with those gargoyles. I mean, as you saw on this map in particular, ToD was just dancing around with his AM, first around the heal fountain, and then later on just around the undead when he was trying to creep the red camp. And there was just, I mean, while ToD was, you know, wasting some of his footmen, well, wasting is what they're supposed to be, you know, used for at that stage of the map. You know, he was wasting some of those footmen and, you know, losing some units, but Lucifer just simply didn't get enough out of it. He got his expansion into play eventually, but only after having, I don't know, around 10 gargoyles in the air, which takes some time. And by that time, ToD was already at tier 3 and was already ready to pump out his units. I mean, what Lucifer did well was creep up eventually and get a strong hero advantage. But, I mean, as time has proven, a playstyle like that is much more likely to be working out if the undead chooses to get the fiends and, you know, take up to tier 3 more quickly. But I mean, of course, that's a completely different approach to the entire game, so it's really tough to, you know, put up a solid comparison there. But I mean, at the end of the day, what we have on the scoreboard is a 2-0 victory for ToD, who is now leading in this group with 6 points in a 4-0 map score. And yeah, that means that ToD can actually no longer be eliminated from this group. He will always be at least rank 3. He could theoretically still be surpassed by both Happy and Elfie, not by Lucifer anymore. And the other players, Lucifer, Happy, and Elfie, still in the run. Paladin is not. Paladin is going to have a break on the next playday here in Group B. Lucifer is going to face Happy, and Elfie is going to face ToD. First, we're going to take a look at Group A though, with another highlight in these finals, the match between Grubby and Lynn. Afterwards, we'll see Hot against Proteus, and I hope you'll check out both of these. I hope you enjoyed these games. Lucifer, yeah, definitely showing some interesting strategies here in the tournament thus far. And yeah, I'll see you next time for Grubby against Lynn. As always, give a thumbs up and comment if you enjoyed. And till next time, take care.